Welcome to Shad Sports and Faith, SSF, and we're going to talk about this video. Disrespectful coaching. Disrespectful coaching. What I like to describe disrespectful coaching is a coach that's he uses these type of methods to get the best out of his players, or her, or she. And that's calling players out in front of their teammates, which is embarrassing to them, cussing, belittling players, using what the world would claim now is maybe gay slurs to get the best out of a player. Those type of things to me are what I call disrespectful coaching. Now, a lot of guys who are athletes or who are former athletes and played sports in high school or college or at the pro level, they would say there's nothing wrong with it. That's how you get the best out of your players, by being a hard-nosed, tough coach, cussing, disrespectful, all of that. That's how you get the best out of your players. But me, remember, this is a Shad Sports and Faith, and my faith aligns with Christ. Following Christ aligns with the Bible. I try to follow the Bible, and I'm using this channel to try to influence men to become better as followers through following Christ. That is my whole goal. And the Bible says that do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth, but only the talk that's such as building others up. Now, cussing, criticizing, talking about people like a dog will be considered unwholesome talk. And we've seen that through 90% of coaches. But it's been a taught way of coaching all throughout history. And you don't have to do that. All the Bible says, say what you mean and mean what you say. I'm going to let one of the best running backs I've seen play this game, LeSean McCoy, tell you what he experienced with Eric Bieniemy coaching, and how he feel like Eric Bieniemy not that great of a coach like everybody else saying. Now, let me let you hear him, and I'm going to come back with my commentary. Check it out.
But when I asked about Eric Bieniemy, what makes him good? When we watch the film of practices and we correct the wide receivers, the running backs, the quarterbacks, he doesn't talk in there. Andy Reid talks in there. He may say things to the running back because he's an ex-running back coach. I get that. But he has no real responsibility. Now you go from the Chiefs, where you can hide behind Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Then you go to the Washington, where you got to call plays. You got to run the meetings. You got to run the installs. And the last issue I have with him is, what makes Andy Reid so great, not the play calls, which we see that, which, I mean, that's one of it. But the other thing is, like, adapting to the players. With Bieniemy, my first practice, I couldn't believe it. He dog coaching, he dog cussing the players. I'm like, but when I asked about...
Yeah, so that's LeSean McCoy. And he said, another thing that makes, what I would say would make great coaches, and I agree with LeSean McCoy, is they know how to read their players. You know that this player here does not take that hard coaching too well. With his other player, it may not. It may work for him. So you make it go all out on this one player, but this other player, you got to be a little bit more calm. You have to, so you don't have to know how. You have to know your players, just like a good parent know their children. They know what works for this child, and another child it might not work for them. What he is saying that Eric Bieniemy doesn't know that. He just you do this, you get this, you do that to every player, and that make rub players wrong. Again, I don't agree with hard-nosed coaching like that. I don't agree with cussing your guys out, disrespecting guys, embarrassing guys, and it looks like that's what Eric Bieniemy does as a coach. Now, I believe he loves his players, and he says, I'm going to have your back, but I'm a hard-nosed coach. I'm going to be all over you. I'm going to get the best out of you. I may rub you wrong, but I'm bringing the best out of you. It's some players that rub some players wrong. And you see right now with Washington Commanders, their offense sucked, and I see why they would bring Eric Bieniemy in, seeing how Kansas City offense was just great. But And let's be truthful, and Kansas City did have Patrick Mahomes, probably one of the best player in the league to me. If he continues to go the way he's going, he's probably going to be the best quarterback ever. You got Andy Reid, who's a great offensive-minded coach and really just a good coach, period. He knows how to develop quarterbacks. I remember Michael Vick, when Michael Vick was in Atlanta. Michael Vick was just a running quarterback. He would throw here and there, but he was a running quarterback. He brought Michael Vick to Philly, transformed Michael Vick, almost developing him into an MVP quarterback, I believe, in 2010. Really just training him and molding him on how to pass the ball. And Michael Vick was a really good through threat. He was great until he started getting injury prone. Then you see him did it with Donovan McNabb before him. Then you see him doing it with Patrick Mahomes. So Andy Reid is a great offensive mind, and maybe LaShawn McCoy may have a point there. I don't know. We're going to see how Eric Bieniemy does with Washington. But again, Eric Bieniemy is rubbing players wrong with his cussing and talking crazy and all. Y'all just every minute, every hour. What you do, you motherfucker? Do this, motherfucker. Do this. You know, man, that'll rub guys wrong, and especially grown men. You do not, to me, have to do that as a coach. You tell players what you want, what you need. If they're not doing it well, you go at it and you tell them again. They don't do it well, you take them out. You sit them down for a while. You put somebody else out there. And then you explain to them, I put you on this bench because you're not doing what I'm saying doing. I explained it thoroughly to you, and you're not doing it. Guys, all you got to do is say what you mean and mean what you say, and guys going to respect that. You do not have to cuss and yell and disrespect guys. Man, you're not going to get you're not going to get overwhelmed with people like that. Although 90% of coaching is that, but that is wrong, especially in the eyes of God, in the eyes of Christ. And I'm bringing this from a Christ perspective. So to me, Eric Bieniemy is a disrespectful coach, which a lot of them lines up with disrespectful coaching. You have some that's even extreme disrespectful coaching, like Bob Knight throwing chairs, choking guys. That's definitely not nothing you should be doing as a coach. But you definitely should be cussing your guys out, yelling your guys down hard on them all the time. No, you don't have to do that as a coach. Yo, comment, tell me what you guys think, and I'll be sure to try to engage back with you. Give me a like, a subscribe, share this. And you guys have a blessed and prosperous day. I always like to end a video on a positive note by saying peace and love.